Hey guys, it's me Eddie. I need to tell something, guys. I'm going to show you guys my old house on Google Earth. This is not Google Maps. This is on Google Earth. This is Google Earth, not Google Maps. So I'm going to show you guys the history of my old house. So I'm going to show you guys. So if you choose those arrows, it will show you the map was back in. This is back in 2024. This was back in 2024, 2023, 2023. And this was also back in 2023, 2022, 2021. Oh, March 2020. I didn't move to this house yet, but Christina still lived this house, and she moved out this house back in April 2020 or May 2020. I don't know. I didn't ask her. Oh, this is back in 2019, but I didn't live this house back in 2019. But this is just a history of the maps. Imagine this is back in 2019. This was back in 2018. Like 2 years later, when I moved to this house. This is back in 2018. But the plans all look great. Well, they cut off those plans before I moved to this house. This is back in 2017. It looks beautiful, but there's a different plants that is grow. This was back in March 2017, but it was covered in snow, just a little bit. It's a little bit of snow out, in Wyandotte back in 2017. This was back in March 2017, but it's covered with fog. And this is was sorry about that. This was back in 2016, and the plants are new back in the year 2016. This was back in 2016. This was back in 2015. This was back in 2015, 2015. Um, so they remodeled this house back in 2015. They cut the bush at this house back in 2015. This was back in 2014. It has a bunch of bushes. They cut the bush back in 2015, and this was back in 2014. And this house has no plants, and it's just one of the bushes and stuff. This was back in 2013, but the roof looks bad, and maybe because that they burned the roof. I don't know why. And but 2014 they put the new roof, and this is a really old roof, but it doesn't have that on the top of my house. This was back in 2012. It has three. Of November 2012, November 2012. It has three showing on the map. This was back in March 2012, and it has some bushes on the yeah. That's bush, and this was back in 2011. But the house is blurred, so sorry. Like the map is blurred back in 2011. Unbelievable. This is back in 2011, but it's all blur. This was back in 2010, and and uh, and why is the maps looks like this? No, the sun is so shiny out. Yeah, it's really sunny out, and here Wine Dash. And back in 2010, this was back in 2009. Wow, really old, but it's showing blur. But I don't know why it doesn't show 3D. This was back in 2008, but it's all blur. I don't know why. This was back in 2007, and it's a little bit blurred, but you can still see it. This was back in 2007, March 2007. It says March 31st, 2007, the last day of March, and the house looks beautiful and nothing bad happened, but because and this house looks well a little bit of good. It's a little bit good, and the roof is just has hole on it. And no, let me get this roof is old. It has just a little bit of burn and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, this was back in 2007. This was back in 2006. And the well, it's all blurred, but November 25th, 2006. Okay, I think this is back in summer 2006. Actually, I don't know. This was back in 2004. Wow, that's a really old one. There was no Google Maps in 2004, but Google Maps was founded in 2005. And I don't know, there's no maps in back in 2004. I don't know what it's called because and there's a tree house. Yeah, I forgot about the tree house. This was back in 2001, and like I said in the video, this house was sold out back in 2001. And there's no tree house because it wasn't built yet. There's no cars because no one doesn't not even live in this house back in 2001 because the other people moved out and and put and then the other thing that this house was has no plants because it didn't grow yet. And why doesn't there's a tall tree right there? Oh yeah, I think I remember how I see the whole of the tree that I just saw when I lived in this house. This was back in 2001, and this is a way too far before I moved to this house. It's a way too far the year in 2001, and I honestly thought this house was sold out back in 2001, and there's no tree house. If you guys can see it, there's no tree house because it wasn't built yet. So this was back in 2001. Whoa, this one is really old. This was back in 1994. It's all black and white. Yeah, and I really know this is what happened. So back in 1994, there's a map like there's no Google Maps or Google Earth back in 1994, and I don't know the name of the app was because maybe because Microsoft Windows seeing yeah, and that's the second one back in 1994. It's all blurred, but I don't know why. Yeah, because so like I said that this house was there in 1994 that I live. Yeah, in 1994, this house. People lived this house back in 1994. And it is really cool house. Like it can't see it because it's blurred. And this is a really nice house. See, yeah, but this was back in 1994. This was back in 1985. But I cannot see it because it's all blur. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say about this video. This is all about the history of the imagining maps. It's just a map, I believe. Yeah. I don't have nothing to say about this house, so I'm gonna end this video right here. That's all for now. This is me, Eddie. Sign off.